Hello, my friends. You know, I want you fellas to know something that I don't think most of you realize. But my good friend Rick Grayson, he interviews all these fellas in depth, and a lot of these fellas that I critique, I never even met. But Rick knows them because he talks to them quite often. Now, Rich Piana, he knows very well, likable fellow, and. And I said to myself, the information he gives out is for the guys that's really into the training. A lot of you fellas, 99%, that's what bothers me the most. Of you guys will never go as far as Rich does. But Rich was telling about Synthol. And I'm going to tell you something, my friends. I have so dismissed steroids and all the things they do. I haven't even kept up. I don't even want to keep up with it. It's no longer a learning process with me. It's just a process that makes me sick. But the Synthol stuff, I get so many emails where people ask me, what's Synthol? Let me tell you, my friends, I'm not into it. Find out another way. I don't have nothing positive to say about these things. Young fellas growing up with this, I know this kind of a drive, sticking this juice in their muscles so it blows up. It's insanity. My God. What are you trying to do? You're never going to go anywhere with it. You're never going to win anything with it. So what are you trying to do? And I don't want to be involved with it. I'll tell you about the destruction of steroids. And this Synthol, I've heard about it so often. But I can't get into it because it's not constructive. And I'm not into anything that's destructive. It serves no purpose. You put this liquid into your muscle, it gets all swollen. You can put it, you stick this stuff, you hit a vein, you can kill yourself. For what? My God. I mean, and it's these, you young fellas just getting into this, you grab onto this like it's something to grab. Do you know the guys that use this have the muscle mass, been doing it for years, and everything comes out, they do more of it, and they get freaky, that's what they want to get. But it's not for the people I want to talk. I want to talk to people, as I said before, that wants to make training their life subject, not something that they want to do for the moment and can destroy themselves in the process. And I see these guys, they're talking to fellow guys like them that have the same mindset, that have the big muscles. That's who they're talking to. And they don't realize how big an audience these young fellas are introduced for the first time by YouTube. And they see this the way to go. They talk about growth hormones. These things, matter of fact, my friends, it's not nutrition can kill you. All your organs get bigger. You can get in what they call acromegaly with growth hormones, human growth hormones. They were never designed to be used in bodybuilding. Bodybuilders are abusing this stuff like nobody has. And the point is, an uninformed youngster that's trying to, I get a little, you know, I heard Rich Piana talk about it. I appreciate that he's very up forward with it. He's honest about it. But he's talking to the choir, the people that's already into that stuff. He doesn't realize that there are thousands of guys every day searching for something real. Synthol and all that stuff is not real. Growth hormones are not real. They're destructive and they serve, my friends, they serve no purpose. It's nothing you're aspiring to do. This stuff will help you. These guys that's already into the game and I don't know what they're trying to prove, or they want to win a contest. It's an entirely different field. But if you want a healthy life and you want to train and build your body. Now, Rich Piana, I respect him at least because he's honest. And I respect him fully. This is what he wants to do. He takes his stuff and he blows up like a balloon. And when I first saw him, it blew my mind. And he doesn't have all that vascularity a lot of these guys got. I didn't know what he was using. And to be honest with you, I knew he was using something, but I didn't give a damn. Because it serves no purpose. It really doesn't. You walk around so people look at you. If that's what you want to pay that kind of price, and I'll tell you something. If he lived to be my age, it'd be a miracle. And I don't want to, I'm not putting him down or anything, but you can't traumatize your body with these things. They weren't designed. They're destructive. I want you young fellas to know these things are not positive, for God's sakes. And that's why I'm into this thing. I know a lot of you, I hear these snotty-nosed kids talking about, not really kids, most of them kids. I'm an old school. Well, I tell you one thing, this old school, you've been dead way before this old school is dead. I mean, you'll never reach my age. I'll stay the old school. You go with this new stuff and see how long you last. You got to make up your mind what you want. And the tragedy with it, and you know one thing, my friends? Let me tell you something. If this stuff momentarily gave you an overnight body, I'd say, well, at least it gives something. It doesn't. It destroys you before. And you know what? These guys never build a body. Some of these guys, they look the same 5 years. They look the same. No improvement. First of all, I don't know if they're using HGH, but I know they're using something. But they're not using enough or whatever they do. But for what? That's what I want to say. These young fellas, that's what bothers me. Because I was young. You don't get old. You're not born old. And if you start learning, and if you're in this as long as I have been in, you'll know the steps the mind and the body makes. We trained for health. We enjoyed it. We were vibrant, strong. Nobody was getting heart attacks and torn ligaments and all kinds of kidneys and problems. No such thing. I mean, nobody got sick then from training, but you don't get sick from training. You get sick from taking this stuff that's supposed to help you show more muscle. All it's going to help you do is die before your time. And I heard about this Synthol, but Rick was interviewing Rich Piana, and I was shocked when I saw him. I said, Jesus Christ, he's huger than anybody I've seen. He doesn't have the vascularity, but I don't know what he says he took Synthol, he didn't take, he's not taking it now, take the HGH, he took all that stuff. But my friends, I want to ask you, when you go into this, just make up your mind what you want. Taking this stuff is not going to build you overnight. The body will not allow it. These guys that got into this had a foundation, and they blew up from that. A beginner doesn't have that kind of foundation. All a beginner's going to do is destroy, and then he's going to quit all demoralized and sick because that's all he's being fed. These guys are not talking about beginners. Now, Rich did say every other day he trains, which I had thought a lot of that. But he's in a different mindset. He's not in the mindset of a guy that's trying to build, or is looking to build, or is looking to train for health. So I'm not going to talk. I will mention steroids when it's appropriate. But don't ask me to get, only reason I'm mentioning this Synthol they talk about. It's got so many emails on it. I said, what the hell is it? I don't bother following that shit. Excuse the expression. I don't follow it. Then I have to find out that I said Rick was telling me about Rich Piana and that he uses it and so forth. And he was very candid. I liked it about he's upfront with what he believes and what he does. But it's not for you. And if you think you're going to look like him, and if you want to look like him, it ain't going to work. You think he started this 5 years ago? Been doing this for years. So that's what I want. I get it because I'm getting so many emails, and I don't keep up with these different drugs. I really don't. I hear about them, Deca, Winstrol, and always a million and one of them. But I have no interest in them. I never use them. I don't recommend anybody use them, except the guys who want to use them for their own purpose. But I would never, never, never recommend this to a beginner or to a guy that's been training this a few years because he's destroying instead of building. And then I'll ask him, why are you taking it? You know, a lot of them can't even tell you. They just think that's the key, the magic key to the magic physique. Don't worry. But the only reason I mention this is because I got so many emails on Synthol, they call it. Matter of fact, I heard about it, but I never thought twice about it. And then I asked Rick about it. Rick's a good friend of Rich Piana. And I asked Rick, what does he think about it? And he says, well, look at the video because I'll be showing you all day. Says, look at the video of him. He talks about it. And I talk about it. I never met Rich. Don't know him personally. But I know Rick Drayson very well. I mean, Rick's been in this, he's from the old school in a sense. He came in when the drugs were just like getting percolating. And to now they like sticking in your arm and making your arm blow up. That was, whew, never could dream of something like that. Okay, my friends. That's enough of that. I just wanted to tell you, I got so many emails I had to start to investigate the Synthol. I really heard about it, but never gave it a second thought. To be continued.